for the top 28 handbags in my collection. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. Okay, so I know that 28 may seem like a very obscure number because you're like, homegirl, why are you not just doing a full handbag collection? And I get that. However, I am just starting my 28th year around the sun. So I figured let's do top 28 handbags. I did list out all of the bags in my collection and then picked the top 28. I did try to do it in a particular order from like least used to like most used, most favorited, but please don't hold me to this because there was no formal ranking system by any means. However, if these bags are in this list, these are in the top 30th percentile in my collection. So these have at least some sentimental meaning. These are meant to stay, hopefully. I have a feeling this is already going to be a very long video. I will try to rapid fire through these as much as possible, but grab a snack, grab a drink. We're going to be here for a while, so let's just jump right into it. I feel like we have to start with my first bag. And while this bag hasn't been used in years, probably like 10 years at this point, I feel like I have to keep this in this list, especially because this is just like another year around the sun. Probably won't reach for this bag, but I think this bag just holds a lot of sentimental meaning for me. This was the first bag. This was something that I worked really hard to get. I remember saving up for it. I remember like having this be on my wish list and seeing it in stores and trying it on and like always putting it back because I was like, oh, I'm not ready to get this yet. I didn't save enough money. And while you're in high school, like $120 seems like a lot of money. And so I feel like this has to stay in the collection. I'm not going to use it, but I think it just holds a lot of sentimental meaning for me. And it just reminds me of like where we started and like the hard work and everything. So this has to stay. The next bag we have is the Dior book tote. To be honest, I wasn't sure if this bag was going to make the cut because I'm kind of on the fence about whether I want to sell this or not. I love the look of this bag, but it is just not the most practical. It doesn't get used very much anymore. It's heavy. And while I do love the look of this bag, it might be time for her to go, but I do really enjoy having it, and you have to not be afraid to use it. And I think part of it was me being afraid to use it because I didn't want it to get dirty and, you know, and all of this stuff. And so I think I would have enjoyed this a lot more if I wasn't afraid to use it. Moving to the 26th spot, we have the Chanel Vanity. I really like this bag. I think this is honestly so underrated. I feel like this is not a very popular style with Chanel. This came out around like 2018, 2019, and love the color. It's a perfect muted color. It has a ton of compartments. It fits everything that I need, and it's not super popular. Like I feel like I don't walk around and see this very often. Just overall really, really nice bag. The only thing I will have to say about this is the strap is a little bit too long for me, so it hangs a little bit lower than I would prefer as a crossbody. Not the end of the world. I just wish I could adjust it if I wanted to. In the 25th spot, we had the Palm Springs Mini, which I think this is honestly a crazy coincidence because I remember when I got this bag, I was like, I don't see myself keeping this bag in my collection if I'm like 25. And I think I got this at like 21, 22 maybe. I was right because I don't think I've used this bag since I was 25. But I can't bring myself to get rid of it because I think it's just a fun and cute bag. Like whenever I look at this bag, I just have so much joy. I don't see myself using this. I may take this with me on like if I'm going to Disneyland or whatever. Not that I have plans to go to Disneyland, but I like to know that I have a bag for it if I wanted. I think I've kind of outgrown being a backpack person. I think there's a time and place for it, and I could see myself coming back to wanting to do backpacks again. But for right now, it just isn't my vibe. I still love the look of this though, so I'm probably not getting rid of it. Very similarly, we have in the 24th spot is my Louis Vuitton Vavin wallet on chain. This is actually my oldest Louis Vuitton now that I have kept in my collection. I used to have the Neverfull, the Montaigne, the Speedy, the Neo No Way, all of which have been gone. Well, not gone, I sold it. But this one has continued to stay, and it's one of those styles where I don't really use it anymore, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. I could see myself giving this to my mom and she would get a lot of use out of it. and maybe one day if I needed it for a very specific occasion, I could take it back as if I don't have several other black bags to pick from. I don't know. I don't know what about this bag has a lot of sentimental meaning. I just can't bring myself to get rid of it, and I still really like the look of this. This is also now discontinued, I believe, so I don't think you can get the style anymore. So I think that's part of it also, like not wanting to get rid of something that has been discontinued. And while I don't use it very much, I think this was a really good bag for such a long time because it definitely filled the purpose for me in the handbag collection that I had back when I got it. The next bag we have is from Freya. This is the Freya Caroline, and this is actually the only Freya bag I'm including in this list. While I love all of the Freya bags, I think if I were to only pick one bag from the brand, this is the one that I would pick. And I know in my last video I did the Mini Christie, but I could also see the Mini Christie being slightly too small for the normal person. And I actually used this the other day and I was like, wait, actually I fell in love with this again. So we are putting this in the top 28 list. I love the look of this bag. I think it's really comfortable. It's lightweight. It is vegan leather. And I think for the price point and the quality that you're getting a really good deal. I feel like I couldn't not include the Anthropologie beaded bag. This is the Espresso Martini bag. It was about $100. It doesn't see too much light of day, to be honest, but whenever I do use it, I am showered with compliments, and as a Leo, I love that. I live for it, and so we have to include it in the list. I have actually considered getting different styles because Anthropologie is constantly releasing different styles of this, and the girl math in me justifies getting multiple styles because I would have bought one from Staud, which is like $200-300, versus one of these is $100, so I could buy like 2 or 3 for the price of one from Staud. So I don't know, that seems a little bit crazy. They do have really, really pretty styles. I think they have one that's like a lemon one, they have strawberries, and these are really fun. So far, I haven't noticed any beads falling out. I can tell that they're not beaded on very precisely, but I haven't noticed anything falling out, and I do think it's a very cute bag. In the 20th spot, we have the Dior DJoy. I love the look of this bag. I think there's a time and place for this bag. I just don't see and have that time and place very often, very frequently. It's a very heavy bag. I do prefer this over the Lady Dior. I think after I tried on the Lady Dior, and I wanted to be a Lady Dior girly so badly. Like I so badly wanted like a little white one or a little pink Lady Dior, just like a little top handle moment. And for whatever reason, I think the proportions just like didn't look good on me. I couldn't explain it. I didn't like it as a crossbody, and it just like, I don't know. I couldn't explain why it didn't work for me. And I was a DJoy hater for a very long time. Once I tried on the DJoy, I was like, wait, actually I kind of love it. We're getting it. I did get the one that is like beaded, so it does have these beautiful sparkles on it. I haven't seen any beads fall out, knock on wood. And I think that might also be why the bag is so heavy, but they don't make this style anymore. I think they make a micro one with beads, but overall I think this is so cute. Like so cute to the point where I'm considering getting a micro version of this bag, which says a lot if I'm gonna buy multiple bags in the same style. The next spot has to go to the Bottega Mini Jodi. This is one of those bags that is cute, not very practical, but kind of makes an outfit. And you're not putting anything in this bag. You are putting maybe your keys, your card holder, your ID, maybe a lip gloss, and you're praying to God that you don't need to get inside your bag because it is a to open and close. But she is so cute. Like this little outfit right here, obsessed. Again, don't see myself getting rid of this. Would I buy it in a different color? Probably not. Am I glad to have it? Yes, but that's about it. The next one is the Pelen seam in the canvas. I do have the canvas and I do have the leather and I have the mini size, and if I could only pick one, because obviously this is top 30 percentile, okay? So like we can only pick the top of the top. I would pick this one. I don't know what it is. I think it's the color. I think it's the more casual look with the canvas that I feel like this just works better with my everyday wardrobe. I love taking this to work. It fits my laptop. It fits everything that I need. It's lightweight. And it's just a really fun bag. The only thing I will note about this one compared to the leather version is that they don't have the magnetic clips that the regular one has. So it doesn't clip on the side. It just kind of is there. But I don't really mind it. I think it's a really fun bag. I think it's beautiful. And overall, considering how much I've used it, it's kept up very well as well. The next spot has to go to the Longchamp Mini. And I was not using this bag as a bag for a very long time. I think I got this, punched the holes in it. I was like, this is gonna make for a really fun video. And I never actually wore it as a bag until I worked my third wedding as a wedding content creator. My first wedding, I took a Pelen bag and it was good. It fit all the things that I needed. It wasn't super flashy and it was just really heavy. It like dug into my shoulder towards the end, like honestly halfway through the day. And then the second bag I took was the Pelen Berry, which got really bad color transfer on it. And I wasn't even wearing like jeans or anything like that, but I guess when you're in all black with a light color bag, that's a risk you're willing to take. And so for the last wedding, I ended up wearing the Longchamp Mini, and I was like, this is actually the perfect wedding bag. It's casual enough that I don't need to baby it, and it looks good. It doesn't dig into my shoulder. It's lightweight. It fits everything that I need. It's easy to get in and out of. Like, I love it. Before, I was really using this as more of like a cosmetic bag. Like, I was putting my contacts in here and like stuff like that. And so I'm really, really glad that I actually started using this as a bag because it's kind of a good one. The next bag we have is a relatively newer one. It's this Verified shoulder bag in this patent cherry red color. This is very much out of my comfort zone. Red patent leather, very much out of my comfort zone. And I think it's a nice color and it's not super bright where I don't feel like it's completely out of my comfort zone. It's comfortable to wear. It fits a lot more than you think it does. A very adjustable strap, just a very well made and beautiful bag. I think it just looks very classy and it looks very elegant without a very steep price tag for it. The next bag we have is the Celine Triomphe. This is probably at the moment not my favorite Celine bag in my collection. I think it's a little bit harder to get in and out of. It's not as comfortable. It also topples over because it's so front heavy, but I think the smooth leather just makes this bag so incredibly beautiful. Do I need another black shoulder bag? Probably not. We do have a ton, but I do really like the look of this and I don't foresee myself getting rid of this anytime soon unless for whatever reason I add another black shoulder bag to my collection that looks very similar. Then I'd be like, maybe it's time for her to go. Overall, I do really like the look of this bag. I think it's a very beautiful look, but I do prefer my Celine Ava currently over this one just because it's summer and I've been using like white, canvas, beige a lot more. We are officially halfway through the list and we have to talk about my Loewe elephant bag. This is one of those bags that I only use for the summertime or vacation, I guess. Not the most practical, but it is so much fun. I think this is just so much more unique that it has the elephant over like a regular raffia bag, to the point where like I've considered getting other raffia bags, and I asked my husband, I was like, oh, like what do you think about this? And he's like, it's kind of boring. Like it doesn't, I don't know. So I feel like the elephant just adds a little bit extra to it. It's not super in your face, but if you look hard enough, you're like, oh, that's an elephant. I think this is so cute. The prices have definitely gone up for this bag quite a bit. I believe now it's like $1,200 or $1,300, which is kind of crazy. But this will also continue to stay in my collection, and I love being able to use it in the summertime. In 13th place, we have the Prada Crystal Re-Edition. I remember getting this bag and I treated myself when I got this because at the time in like 2021, this bag was really hard to find, and I knew a lot of people were like, that bag is so tacky, you know, whatever. And I loved this bag. I got such a good deal on it. I was able to get it through Harrods on my phone, or like through WhatsApp, but like through Harrods. So I was able to, at the time, I got the VAT refund back. I got a really good deal on this bag. I think I paid maybe $1,600 for this bag, and I believe now this bag is like $2,600, I think. I have seen it at the outlet. I haven't seen the black one at the outlet, but I have seen other colorways at the outlet, so that's like a little bit heart-wrenching. But I do love this style. I think this is just a really fun bag to use, and I think if I'm planning on like going somewhere where I want to look put together and I want to look fun, but I don't want to have to baby the bag, this is the bag we're bringing. I've had this bag for over 3 years. None of the crystals have fallen off. It's in really good condition, and I feel like we can't complain too much. In 12th place, we have the Béis Work Tote. If I could only pick one work bag in my collection for the rest of my life, it would probably be this one. This one is comfortable to wear. It fits all of my things. It has a laptop protected sleeve. It has a little cup holder on the side. You can slide it over your luggage, and it just really is a really good bag to have. I like that it's not very flashy. If I don't have enough good things to say about it. I know a lot of people have kind of struggled with the quality of the bag. I personally haven't had issues considering how much I've used it. I think it's still in relatively good condition, and I think it just is a very put together bag. I don't feel the need to be super flashy with work and things like that, and so I love the look of this, and if I could only pick one work bag in my collection, it would probably be this one. The next one we have is the Celine Ava, and I talked about this a little bit with the Celine Triomphe. I could only pick one as of right now that I'm using every day. it would be this one. Love this bag. I think it is just such a fun and easy bag to use. I did have issues with the glazing maybe 2 years ago, and they repaired it, no problem. And I think it's a really lightweight bag, and it's just easy to use. It's very carefree. The next bag that really surprised me is the Bottega Mini Wallis. And I got this liking it in stores, and then once I started using it more and more, I fell in love with it. And I feel like that's kind of why I've been traveling a lot more with it. I use this over the Mini Jody. It's just a big enough bag. It's easy to get in and out of. You can wear it as a top handle, you can wear it as a shoulder bag. It matches every outfit. I just love the look of this bag. I think part of it is getting in black, because I think if I got it in another color, maybe like at the time they had different colors, then I think I would have used this less. But I think because I have this, I use the Celine Triomphe a lot less. I just use this more. I like taking it with me to travel, and it's such an easy bag to use. We are now getting into the top 10 category here. Yeah! I can't say I'm too surprised, and you probably can't be too surprised that I have the Palais Numero 10 in this collection. I love this bag. I bring this with me to travel. I like that I can wear it as a shoulder bag, extend it as a crossbody. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use this too much in my everyday life. I probably could use this more for like wedding content creation and stuff like that. But for the most part, this bag doesn't see too much day in my regular day-to-day, because I like to use the bags that aren't the most practical if I'm like going to the mall or like whatever, just because I can, and I know I don't need to be super practical with my bags. However, this I need to be super practical with. It's for traveling, it is for going out and about if I'm gonna be out all day, and I just love this bag. In 8th place, we have the Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. This is not my highest ranked Louis Vuitton bag. While I love the look of this, I like that it's unique, I love the little charms on the strap, this is just a bag that I need to baby. However, I will say if I am gonna be kind of like out and about for a couple hours and I want something that looks cute with my outfit, this is gonna be the bag I bring. This is not necessarily a bag I'm gonna travel with just because I have to baby it. I have tried to take this with me to travel, and I feel like I spend a lot more time trying to worry about it, and I shouldn't have to worry about it. I have had this bag for about a year now, a little over a year. Still love the look of this. The vachetta has actually held up pretty well, all things considered. I don't love using a bag that I know I have to baby. In 7th place, this should probably be no surprise to you, is the Demalia Mini New York. I feel like I've talked about this bag a lot in the last couple months since I got it, because I genuinely love using this bag so much. But I also feel like this bag has so many cons, but I feel like the look outweighs the cons, at least for now. I mean, it's very similar to the Nano Speedy and the Bottega Mini Jody. Like, I love the look of the bag. I love being able to use the bag. Is it the most practical? Probably not. And this kind of falls in that category because I love the look of this bag. I feel like it elevates the outfit, and not an easy bag to bring. I probably wouldn't travel with this bag again. I like that I was able to get pictures with it and everything, and I feel like it kind of matched the vibe of like the south of France and just being able to travel, but I probably wouldn't bring this with me again just because it was a little bit more of a hassle, and I think I kind of misshaped it. But I do really like this, and naturally it is in the top 10 list. The next bag is honestly another one that I didn't expect to fall in love with, because this I got through Fashionica, and I kind of won it impulsively as a bidding war on Whatnot, and I have been using this nonstop ever since. Like, you can even tell based on like the strap there, it's definitely fraying. She has been through it. I've spilled on this bag, I've left this bag in restaurants. Like, this bag has been through it, and it's one of those bags I keep using and I keep reaching for because you can be as low-key as you want with this bag. I can just turn this bag around. Suddenly, it's a very quiet bag. No one's looking at it, very unassuming. And then if I want to just turn it around, then there's Prada on it. And I love the look of this bag. It doesn't fit very much. It's very lightweight, and I'm able to dress it up. I'm able to dress it down. I really don't have bad things to say about it. In 6th place, we have the Chanel Kelly. I have been loving using this bag. I've been taking this with me on different trips and things like that. I mainly wear this as a top handle. I think if you've seen in some of my like vlog videos and things like that, I'm mainly wearing this as a top handle. I like that it comes with a strap. The strap for me is a little bit too long, so I do have to crisscross it underneath the strap to make it work for me. Not the end of the world, because we can finagle, and if we can finagle, then I'm not gonna complain. I love the look of this bag. I like that I got it in the pop of pink. The only thing I don't love, and this is such a first world problem, I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud, but I don't love that it's in like an aged calfskin. I would have loved to see it in lambskin. I think this past season they just released it in lambskin again. Obviously they don't have these colors, but I would have liked to see this in lambskin over the shiny aged calfskin. In fifth place, we have to include the Louis Vuitton Capucine. This has been like my dream bag from Louis Vuitton for so long. It's kind of been like the creme de la creme of Louis Vuitton bags, to the point where after I got this, I was like, I really don't see myself getting something from Louis Vuitton again, especially like a bag. I mean, I did get the passport holder, but I really don't see myself getting another bag at Louis Vuitton because I feel like I've gotten it. I've gotten the bag, and that's when you know it's kind of like ready to like move on to something else. I love that I have this in my collection. Is this the most practical? No. Does this fit your phone? No. It does topple over too, but I love being able to use this. I love the strap drop on this. I can wear this. It does come with a removable strap. I wear it as a top handle. I just love the look of this bag, and I think the pearl detailing also just makes it such a nice and unique touch, and it contrasts so well with the gold and the black. In fourth place, we have the Louis Vuitton Easy Pouch. This is the Louis Vuitton bag that I like. This is higher ranked than Capucine. And it really comes down to the practicality and like usability of the bag. I just love being able to use it. It matches every outfit. I wear a lot of like light colors, pastels, things like that. And so I feel like this just works really well for me. I don't feel like I need to baby the bag. I really only got color transfer on it once when I was in the south of France and wearing a denim dress, and I was able to get most of it out. I'm actually not seeing it right now. So I assume I was able to get most of it out, and I love this bag. It's not a bag, again, doesn't fit very much, but I think it's good enough to carry for like majority, because I don't carry very much. It carries my card holder, my keys, my lippy, sunglasses, and that's all you need. In third place, we have the Goyard Mini Anjou. I was very nervous when I first got this bag because I was not using it. I got this around September, early October, and I got this in Milan. We had just finished seeing our wedding venue before we got married there, and we had a little pit stop in Milan, waited an hour and a half to potentially get this bag. And when we were in line, thankfully the sales associate was like, oh, what are you looking for? We can see if we have it in stock. And like, if they didn't have the item in stock, they would like, you would just leave the line. I, however, was potentially given false hope because he said, we might have it, but depending on the people in front of you, they might get it before you. So I wasn't sure if waiting an hour and a half was gonna be worth it. And I got this bag, I took it home with me, and for a couple months I wasn't using the bag, and I kind of got nervous. I was like, oh shit, did I make a bad decision? Should I not have gotten this? Should I have done more research? You know, all the things. And now I use it all the time. I think it was the fact that it was fall going into winter and I wasn't using this bag. I feel like this is more of a summer bag. It doesn't fit very well over your shoulder if you're wearing a sweater or a coat. So like short sleeve, no sleeve like this, perfect. I do have an organizer for this bag to keep the shape a little bit better. And overall, I love the look of this bag. I like that I got it with the brown and the black contrast, but I honestly am even considering getting like a pop of color, maybe blue, maybe green, just like something different because I like this bag so much. In second place, we honestly cannot be too surprised that we have the Hermes Picotin 18. This was my realistic dream bag from Hermes because I knew at the time, like, I wasn't going to go begging for a Birkin, and I mean, I'm still not going to go begging for a Birkin. I will shop resale, but I want to make sure that I'm getting a good price for what I want and the condition that I want, and it's from someone who I trust. And Kimmy B Bags, like, literally is a fairy godmother because I listed out what I wanted. It's really interesting because I was in Orange County a couple months before I got this bag. I was hanging out with Nika, Adriana, Emily, and we made a little video after dinner. And it was like, what is your dream bag? And I described mine as a Picotin 18 in a cream, beige, neutral color, ideally with gold hardware, but beggars can't be choosers. And Kimmy found exactly what I was looking for. This is in the color Nata, gold hardware, size 18, brand new in box. Like, who... what? Like, what in, I don't know. She has just so many connections. She was able to get it for me. And so I did tell her, I was like, hey, I'm going to send you my Hermes list and you can go look for it. I love the look of this bag. It's very casual. It's very much understated and I love it. And the bag in first place. Top of the top, creme de la creme, bag like I would probably never get rid of is my Chanel Mini. If you've been following me for a while, this should probably not be a surprise to you. I just feel like this ticks so many boxes. It just checks so many things off the list. I'm able to dress it up. I'm able to dress it down. The lambskin just makes it very beautiful and elegant, and I do feel like I need to baby this bag a little bit, but definitely not as much as I was babying it before. And I think that's partially why I don't feel the need to use my Louis Vuitton Vavin anymore, because I have this. This fits a little bit more, and I love the look of this bag. It scratched a lot of the Chanel itch for me. I don't feel the need to buy a classic flap. Like, if anything, I want to buy another mini just in a different color. That is a different story, and it's a little bit harder to find because I can't just walk in to get a mini. And depending on the season and the colors that they're releasing and whatnot, they might not have the color that I'm looking for. And even if they have the color, like right now they have a beige color, but the beige is kind of like a green undertone. Like, I don't know, I just like didn't like the beige. And so it's kind of the long road to try to find another mini. I think black is probably one of the easier minis you can find because you can't go wrong with black. But I really love this bag so much, and I'm so glad that I have it in my collection, because this, I definitely can see myself holding on to this for years and years to come. Okay, that sums it up for this video. This was a very long video. I know you guys have been requesting to do like a handbag collection video, and this is as like digestible as I could like bring myself to do, because I know it's gonna be a very long video or a series of videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just the start of an amazing 28th year around the sun. And if you've been following me from like the beginning days of TikTok, you guys have been following me since I was like in my early 20s, which is kind of crazy. I feel so grateful to be in the position that I am and to be able to make content. And this is just like my creative outlet, and I just have so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!